If you're having a hard time falling asleep, staying asleep, or perhaps you're waking up in the middle of the night ready to go and it's 2 a.m., or perhaps you're waking up even more tired than when you went to bed, no matter how much you sleep, you're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to share with you some of the tips that we help our clients with to help them get the best sleep they've ever had in their entire life. Pretty much everything I'm going to share with you is free, so you can pull out a pen and a piece of paper and check off all the things that you're doing and make note of the things that you're not. So I'm not going to go in any particular order because I want you to, pay attention to the whole video, but I'm going to share with you the things that I feel are a great starting point. First things first, they say that what gets measured gets improved. So I feel like it's good to have a tracking tool. We use Oura to track our clients' sleep because it gives us really objective data and takes all the emotion out of coaching. So it helps track deep sleep, respiratory rate, REM sleep, what time you fall asleep, how much you toss and turn, what time you wake up. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, it's also going to track that. And it also tracks your resting heart rate and HRV. These are all important markers to help assess your recovery, your quality of sleep, and also track progress as you apply some of the things I'm going to share. Now let me start with some of the basics. So we want to keep our room nice and dark. We want to keep our room nice and cool. So you can have a bed cooler, you can have a fan going. You want to make sure you have appropriate weighted and warming or cooling comforters. And then your bed sheets, I prefer linen because linen is a very superior material. It's very breathable and it has no static. So if you're struggling with restless legs, switching over to linen bed sheets will make a world of difference for you. You want to keep a window open so you're getting fresh air in, because if the CO2 levels increase in your bedroom and there isn't adequate circulation, you're going to feel tired and groggy because that's what happens when CO2 levels are elevated. So good ventilation is also going to be important as well. The other thing that you want to do is make sure your room is nice and dark. Think of your room as a cave. If you can't get the room completely dark for whatever reason, then you want to wear an eye mask. That's going to be super helpful for you in just ensuring that there's no additional stimulation that's, throwing your sleep quality off. If you travel a lot of times there's fire smoke detectors and things like that in hotel rooms, or there might be lights that are on the television and things like that. So an eye mask could be a great tool that can help you. I also like and encourage using lavender oil or some sort of relaxing essential oil diffusing in the bedroom at nighttime. That just helps soothe and relax the nervous system. So you really want to set up your bedroom as a space for sleep. And the only thing that you want to do is sleep and be intimate in your bedroom. You don't want to do work in there if you can help it, and you don't want to bring your phone in there to check your emails and such. You want to keep your bedroom as a safe sanctuary for sleep and intimacy and for rest and relaxation. We want to associate the bedroom with those things. Now, speaking of phones, we want to turn our planes on airplane mode. Keeping your phone outside of your room, for some people, that's not a safe thing to do. In case you have an emergency, it's hard to run to your bedroom or out of your bedroom and grab your phone. Just keep it in airplane mode so that it's accessible to you should you need it. And that way, it's not disrupting your quality of sleep. You can have white noise in your bedroom, which can be really helpful. I have a Jasper air scrubber, and what that does is it scrubs the air, so I have high quality air while I'm sleeping. I put the fan on a setting of 3, so I'm having white noise, and I'm having nice high quality air that I'm breathing as I sleep. You'll breathe about 10 pounds of air during your sleep time. The other thing I have is a fan going. So I put the fan on top of my Jasper, so I'm getting the air, circulating in the room, but I'm also cooling my body off. You want to have a nice cooling environment. Some people have 8 sleeps, or they have Oulers or chili pads, things like that can cool their bed. I try to keep my bedroom pretty low tech, so the linen sheets are helpful, and then also having a mattress made out of latex is really helpful because it dissipates the heat very nicely and it's quite breathable as well. You want to pay attention to the quality of the materials that your bed is made out of. Latex is, in my opinion, the best material because it's organic and a natural compound, and it doesn't off-gas like other materials do, like memory foam mattresses and things like that. In terms of what to sleep in, I prefer to sleep just in my underwear. Hope that's not too much information. I encourage people to sleep naked or as with little clothes on as possible, because then you're not getting too hot and you can regulate your temperature a little bit better if you're not wearing clothing. If you are going to wear clothing, then you want to wear clothing that's light and that's breathable. Avoid any synthetic materials during bedtime or even in general at all, because they're not very breathable. So cotton could be a good choice and linen could be a good choice. Something that's really light and breathable is going to be super helpful. And if you're not sure what to wear, nothing also works as well. Now, a few other things in the bedroom. You want to have red bulbs instead of full spectrum daylight bulbs. Red bulbs are going to help decrease cortisol, increase melatonin, and those are going to be helpful in the evening, especially as the sun goes down throughout the home, but in particular in the bedroom. Now, I also encourage you not to eat 3 hours before bed. Avoid liquids about an hour before bedtime, because that's going to affect your quality of sleep. And of course, alcohol is the death of sleep. So if you want to ruin your sleep, consume alcohol. If you want to improve your sleep, cut it out and watch your ring data, and you'll see a significant improvement. Now, here's another thing that can be super helpful as somebody who really emphasizes proper breathing and breathing mechanics is mouth tape. You've heard of it, you've probably seen all the ads, and basically putting a piece of 3M micropore tape over your lips, just like this vertically, can have a powerful effect on your sleep quality. It ensures your oral microbiome stays intact. It ensures you're breathing through your nose, you're cleansing, purifying, moisture regulating, temperature regulating the air, and pressurizing the air that you breathe. It also shifts your nervous system into a more parasympathetic state. You start dreaming again, and because mouth breathing is a diuretic, you're not going to wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom anymore. And that's a notable difference that my clients report back to me. They also wake up way more refreshed when they breathe through their nose versus breathing through their mouth, and eliminates morning breath and microbiome issues in the oral microbiome as well. So it's a really powerful use case and technique for breathing through the nose versus breathing through the mouth. And the 3M micropore tape, you can buy a roll. You can buy a roll for like less than $1. A dozen of them cost about $10 on Amazon. So all you need is a small strip. A roll will last you forever. Throw one in your toiletry bag, in your travel bag, and keep one by your bedside, and certainly you can thank me later. So these are a few things that you can do to help with your sleep, but I want to add some other techniques since we're on the topic of breathing. One of them is called 4-7-8 breathing. So 4-7-8 breathing is you breathe in for a count of 4, you hold for a count of 7, and then release for a count of 8, and you repeat that until you fall asleep or until you feel really relaxed. It's almost like counting sheep, but you're using your breath as a tool to relax your nervous system even further. So these are, again, a few things that can be super helpful for you. You might be doing some of these things, you might be doing all of these things, but if there's anything I missed, feel free to add. And as I'm thinking about this, I would, put your Wi-Fi on a timer if you can help it. Get your phone in airplane mode. For some people, they feel safer having their phone close to them in case there's an emergency. So put your phone in airplane mode so that your EMF, you're not exposed to EMFs while you're sleeping. And then also make sure that you've got a good quality pillow. Now, another thing with sleep is sleeping position. I prefer side sleeping, and I like to have a pillow between my legs. So I have a knee pillow in between my legs just to keep my pelvis and low back in a neutral position, and that really helps as well. So these are a few tips, again, that could be helpful for you. I hope you found them or find them helpful as you start implementing them. And of course, I should have mentioned this right from the very beginning, a good night's sleep starts in the morning, and that starts by watching the sunrise or getting outside within the first hour of the day, and then if you can, getting outside in the last hour of the day, and then after the sun goes down, turning off all overhead lighting, and then using red bulbs, and then of course, blue blocker glasses to block out any blue wavelengths and green wavelengths of light from your screens, your television, your computer, your phones, etc. So hope this helps. I know it'll help actually, and you'll have measurable results in improving your sleep quality. Until we see you again, lots of love. Here's to a good night's rest. I'm Sachin, founder of Living Proof Institute. Much love and light to you. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.